What's up, everybody? I'll give you a quick update here before I do some weed control. I'll show you some of what's going on. Look, like I told you, these snake beans, once they take off, they start taking off quickly, and they've already reached the very top of this. Now this TP is a little shorter than the other ones that I made, so, but still, once they take off, they start going. These are making their way up, and looks like we might start right in there, start having some flowers. And these are going up. That one's already made it up to there. Once they get going, they just are like little freight trains. And there's my tomato. He's still looking good. I don't know how long it'll take him to get bigger. And another thing that's going to take off here, and is taking off here almost, it seems like you could come out in the morning, look at it, and this is how long it is and how it's growing. Then you can go inside, come out in the evening, and it's grown some more. And that's what I love about Seminole pumpkins, and they're just ridiculously easy to grow and maintain here. This chayote is looking really good. Nice big leaves, and it's climbing up this stick here. As you can see, I put down some more cardboard. I'm going to put cardboard all the way to the end there, and that way we have our completed row. As I said before in previous videos, I do things little bit by little bit, so these chives just still look sad to me, but whatever. As long as they're growing, I'll leave them there. This chayote is starting to grow really well, and these beans here are beginning to go on the move. That one just reached out and grabbed. I don't even think it was doing that yesterday. I was out here yesterday evening. I don't even think it was grabbing on yesterday, nor was that one, but now they are. I like it when they grab on by themselves, and then I don't have to come out and train them up. I come over here. He's looking a little better, so maybe he'll hang in there. And these sunflowers are looking good. Most of them, some of them aren't doing as hot, but for the most part they're doing well. I'm pretty sure those are the mammoth sunflowers. The ones I planted are called Autumn Beauty sunflowers. And I don't know, I might come in here and stick something in, because my daughter's carrots never came up, and then there's her pumpkins. They'll be taking off for too long. And then my kale popping up all over the place down here. That's the majority of it. It's kale, some of it's weeds, but everything's looking pretty good. And I'll just shoot a little quick look at some of the trees. You can hear all the blue jays in the background. This is the Jamaican cherry. It's got fruits all over it, and it seems to be doing well. It seems to be happier now that it's in the ground. The leaves aren't turning as yellow and dying as quickly. My little baby banana is doing well, growing quickly, and the big ones are getting bigger. I hope next year we have some, because I think that they bloom in the fall, but I'm not sure about that, because I've never grown, well, I've never grown bananas before, but I've never grown the ice cream variety. But hopefully by next fall they'll be producing, because they're certainly getting big. And this mulberry, I'm going to have to trim it again, because I try to keep it down low so that we can reach everything. I'm going to have to trim that branch back, because it's just reaching way out there. And I always watch whenever I see this. Those leaves have been chewed on. I always watch because the silkworms like to get in here and they can cause some problems. So whenever I see that, I keep my eye out. If they're chewing on some of the leaves, it's no big deal. This tree's big enough to deal with it. But I have to look and see, because up at the top, it'll start to get, they'll make giant, just webs almost. And then there'll just be tons of them. And look, there's a ripe mulberry right there. I'll leave that one for the girls. One of the girls anyways. There's probably another ripe one somewhere, because this thing has been blooming. See, look, there's a bloom right there. Right there. Not in focus. Come on, focus. It's not going to focus. You can kind of see the little ball that looks like a little green ball looking thing. That's a bloom. Then it goes to this, the red one, and then it turns into the ripe. There's a second one. So yeah, there'll be two of them. So, and they are very tasty. Look at how I have just recently chopped this lemongrass way back, and it's already grown up that tall. That is why I planted it, because it is just a type of grass, so it grows really well and really fast. And then I come out here with my bill hook and I chop it back and I toss it down at the base of the trees. So you have down there, chop and drop, and it rots and it feeds the trees. This moringa is looking wonderful. I still am so shocked that it came back, because I just knew it was dead. But it's come back, and it has come back with a vengeance. I'm happy to announce that one of the moringa seeds that I planted, I bought some off of a local farm here. One of the seeds actually germinated, so I've got it starting to grow. I would love to have multiple moringa trees out here. The star fruit putting on new growth up here. This thing, now it's leaning, but straighten it up, and I would say it's probably about 5'6" tall, something like that. It's growing really well. I need to come out and see how the grass, I need to come out and do some chopping and dropping. I just trim all these weeds back and put them around the base of the plants. This is a pomegranate. It's doing decently well. That's one I started from a cutting off of my bigger pomegranate. And everything looks good over here. The Barbados cherry, I'm pretty sure it'll be done for the year as far as blooming, but it is very happy over here. It has gotten very big and very leafy. So it is happy. There, it's putting on some new leaves right there. You can see over here, my bee balm is blooming, but it still is not bringing in bees, and I'm so frustrated. I don't know what to do about that. This loquat is very happy. I really need to do some chopping over here, but it's very happy. It's putting on new growth all the time. This moringa here is really tall. It's so tall now that because moringas are kind of a spindly. Even some of the big moringas, like when the wind blows, the whole tree tends to sway instead of just the branches, because it's kind of a spindly type tree. But it is getting very tall and putting on new growth all the time. That's how moringa does. This is my, look at that. Look at that little tiny lizard right there. This is my papaya. And you can see right here, something had blown over somehow, and it had kind of snapped right there, but didn't fully snap. So I tied it back up, and I said, let's just see what happens. And it is still going. So it's not totally dead. Here's the Florida avocado tree. There's some sweet potatoes that are still over here. I'm gonna have to dig those up for too long. Hopefully I've got more underground than you would think. This is the loquat I started from seed. It's hanging in there. It seems to be starting to put on some fuller leaves. So it's hanging in there. Here's the big pomegranate. It's growing and it has bald spots, but I don't know, pomegranates are weird, but it's still alive. Here's the Pakistani mulberry I planted. It's putting on new growth, so that's a good sign. You can see right there little buds coming out, putting on new growth, because I trimmed it back some, so, but that's a good sign. And I'll show you over here an idea that I saw from David the Good. I am no longer going to be using the pallets to make a compost bin. I started fooling with them and I just decided not to. What I'm going to do is take this hardware cloth, and this is not where these T-posts are going to be, but I'm going to make a circle with it. That's 10 foot of hardware cloth right there. It's 10 foot by 2 feet wide, so it'll end up being 2 feet tall. And then I'm gonna put these T-posts in there and zip tie it to it, and then I'll have a little compost bin. And here are my pineapples over here. I need to weed in here, but they're growing really well, very green. We've gotten a lot of rain here lately, and pineapples love water, so they're happy with that. So that's all that's going on for now. I'm gonna kind of tin the edges here, take the garden hoe and tin these edges a little bit, and then I'm gonna head off to work, upload this video, and I do hope that you'll watch it. And please comment, please subscribe, and share it with your friends who are into gardening. I'm trying to work to build a nice community. I'm really interested in building a good community of gardeners, homesteaders, everything, especially in Florida. And that's why you can also find me on Freedom Cells. I'm also on MeWe, but Freedom Cells, I'm really working to build a community. So that's it for today, and I will talk at you all later.